It is time.
Nothing better.
Been a while. We welcome back to the program Major League Baseball Hall of Famer, Padres legend, Trevor Hoffman is with us here on 97.3 The Fan. Trev, good morning.
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me. You're right. It's been way too long.
Way too long. We miss you. How are you?
I'm doing great, guys. It's baseball season and it's ramping up, man. It's awesome.
I mean, you could say that. Yeah, ramping up is pretty crazy. Hoffy, freaking first place right now. I can't sit in with any honesty and say, oh yeah, I had this. I predicted this. I'd be a moron. This has been a lot of fun. Now, how do you stay there? That's kind of the key.
Yeah, I think the fact that you guys just mentioned 10 games in 35 days, you don't expect that. But what you have to do is you have to play good baseball. And Schilte's doing it again, man. He's a second half wizard, but he's put in and his staff has put in so much, sweat equity and grinding and committing these guys together, from spring training on, and it's paying off. These guys trust one another. They know their roles. Obviously, we changed the roster a little bit after the deadline. That's AJ doing his magic. And, honestly, everyone's kind of accepted, how things have kind of changed a little bit, and they haven't skipped a beat. So credit to that clubhouse.
All right, before we talk about the Classic this weekend, you obviously had some great setup relievers, some great bullpens in your day. But have you ever seen anything like what AJ has put together here right now for the San Diego Padres? I mean, it's pretty ridiculous, actually.
I mean, I came up in the red system, and the Nasty Boys were a big thing. That was the three-headed monster with Charlton, Myers, and Dibble. And Franco might have been there for a minute too, but nothing like this. I mean, you got five guys down there that, are elite. They have the ability to hand the ball off to the next guy. The only problem I see is what do you do when if you're chasing it, if the game's out of hand, do you deploy your weapons in a way that you don't overuse them? And I think, Mike's very aware of that. He's talked about it on air. He understands this is a unique situation. It's a weapon that if you get to the postseason, it could be devastating. You don't have to, try and work your way back from you get a lead. It's going to be pretty sick. So awesome to watch these guys. They do a great job with their innings, and man, they are dominant, and it's fun to watch.
Now, we're talking to Trevor Hoffman here. We just had a guy in. He was 20 years old, Hoffy, and he had a really deep, rich baritone voice, and Ben got immediately jealous. So I ask you, when you see Mason Miller throwing 104, are you just in awe, or are you like, God bless, I wish I had that in the tank when I pitched?
I love that. You know what? There's definitely no jealousy factor, but you just kind of go, how does a body work that way? Right. Like, I don't get it. And in my mind, I thought I was throwing 104. It just came out 84. And, it's a bummer part of it. So I guess when you speak and you want the baritone and a tenor comes out, I guess you just live with what you got.
You do. You just gotta work with what God gifted you.
That's
and
right.
Apparently it wasn't as good as I thought. There's some gifts out there that's definitely exceed mine. Well, Trevor, obviously, maybe some future all-stars in the group. Have you had a chance to meet some of these kids that you're going to be managing this weekend, and tell us a little bit more about the Dick's All-American Classic?
Yeah, we're really excited. Spent the last few years in Arizona baking our butts off, but brought it back to San Diego. 23rd year of the Classic, and another great group of kids. Looking forward to getting to know them. I got introduced to them as a group yesterday. Didn't really spend any time in any one in particular, but we're getting ready to do a Rady Children's visit this morning. A nice charitable arm that they do, and Rady is great to accommodate this opportunity for them. I think they said something like $85 million in salary was given out in the draft last year's class. No reason to think anything different. There's a tremendous amount of high school talent, former big league players, Lombard from Texas or Detroit. Evil's got another kid coming through Corona High School. It seems like they're never ending. Ben Sheets and Jose Contreras both have sons in this. So
wow.
There's a little bit of that big league mix, and there's a lot of talent, and it's a free event at Petco. Come on out and check out the next wave of draftees next June.
And that's what, Sunday at 11 a.m. is the game time?
No, I think it's 5 o'clock.
5 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah,
Sunday,
I don't think it's that early.
Sunday, 5 o'clock, Petco Park.
Free admission, though.
Free admission. Go in and
Free admission.
watch some ball. You know, Hoffy and I got little kids, both play ball, both love baseball. And it's coaching kids now is certainly it's a hot button issue. And I tell the story often, many, many years ago, before we actually really knew each other. I watched you watching one of your sons play, and you were way down the line, man, leaning over the fence because – it's funny. You got guys like me that are coaching the teams, and I've never played at a high level at all. And then you got Trevor Hoffman down the line leaning over the fence. For you as a coach, how hard is it to kind of skirt the, hey, guys, I'm a Hall of Famer. You might want to listen up when I talk. Like, how hard is that for you?
You know what? I'm lucky that I get to be around the guys and the kids in spring training. And so I'm kind of one step past what these guys look like. And they're very intelligent, these young kids. They have a pretty good regiment with their nutrition. They understand the sleep that's important. They're getting in weight rooms. They have particular coaches that can help them out. And so they're light years beyond kind of what I would have thought looking at a Hall of Famer in their shoes. And so it's certainly something that it's an elephant in the room a little bit. You try and get it out of the way and say, hey, guys, if there's anything that we can talk about that would expedite your progress and, give you a little insight on what the curtain looks like type of thing, by all means. But when you talk about, watching your kid play, in this case, my guys didn't ask for that last name, and it was always a little bit of a burden to have to drag it around whenever you'd show up to games and things like that. And so getting a chance to kind of go down the line, I didn't have to hear the bantering amongst parents behind home plate. And,
bad chatter.
How crazy that can get.
There's a lot of bad chatter, Hoffy, and I have to.
A lot of bad chatter.
Yeah, you got to tell them, hey, lady, that's not what I'm teaching them. I don't want his elbow up right there. I really don't. Like it's really tough. It's the bad chatter is that. So that's why. Like, number one, it makes you sick to your stomach watching your kids play. We can all agree on that. There's nothing worse.
You want them to do well.
You would die to have them do well. But then it's the bad chatter from the parents, and it's bad and getting worse, I think, Hoffy.
Hey, those chain link fences don't block what you say. They go right through and everyone hears it.
Soundproof fences is what we need. Now, I know this is just an exhibition game, but if you're going to play, you might as well try to win. You're going to be managing against Ryan Klesko's got the other team. How's Rhino doing?
Rhino's doing great. He's got a young son, 14, 15, getting ready to embark in this journey of his. And so I think he's pretty dialed in on what the East squad looks like, even knows what my squad looks like. But I think we'll have some push-ups on the line. You might see him doing some oil wells in that visiting dugout when we're done.
That's amazing, man. So much fun being out there and being around the next wave. It is my greatest joy to be out there with the T-ballers and the first graders and second graders. It is just, there's nothing makes me happier than watching these kids. And there's been, there was a time in baseball and youth baseball, it did kind of fall off a little bit, Hoffy, and it's back. I'll tell you, it's back in a big way. Everybody, and I'll tell you, the Padres have a lot to do with it. I mean, you see, when I go pick up Bo from school, dude, everybody is in either a Padres or a Dodgers. I mean, their baseball is really back right now, and you can see it in a lot of communities.
I'll tell you what, Ron Fowler started this program, with Little League and putting the jerseys on everybody, and Peter took the baton, and the rest of the Seidler family, and have just made sure that San Diego can be proud of their San Diego Padres. And it shows up every night at the big league field, and it goes out in our community, and people are excited about this team and what they stand for. And it was something that you kind of wish would have happened when we were playing.
Yeah,
couldn't really put your finger on it, but man, what an experience to be able to say that you have a big league team in your town and you're proud of them, and they stand for the right stuff, and ownership gets it, and they're constantly giving back and making an impact in this community as well. So it's a good time to be a Pod fan.
We love Ron. Woods often says we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Ron Fowler.
No
but
question.
The great irony is always the man who put everyone in San Diego in brown, and you can't walk anywhere without seeing it. Didn't like the brown uniforms.
I know. He wore it.
He resisted it. He resisted it. But he said, all right, if everyone wants this, we're going back to the brown. He never liked them.
Never liked them.
I know. But you know what? When you look at the team on TV, you know who you're looking at.
Yeah.
You didn't have to wonder if we were looking at the Brewers anymore.
Best decision he ever
oh my
made.
God.
Best decision he ever made.
No question.
Trevor,
For
really appreciate it. Good luck on Sunday. Hopefully a lot of people come out and check it out at Petco Park. Again, free admission for the 23rd annual Dick's All-American Classic from Perfect Game at 5 o'clock on Sunday, and we're all looking forward to it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Go Pods this
Thanks,
weekend
brother.
too, man.
Big one. Thank you.